FHFA's Director Mike Calabria came out this morning saying he was going to pause on setting up a liquidity facility for conventional loans. Now, Ginnie Mae last week established a liquidity facility for government-backed FHFA and USDA loans, saying that they were going to support the servicers who need to pay the investors, the property tax, the homeowners insurance, and the mortgage insurance, regardless of whether their homeowners make their mortgage payment. Now, typically, servicers can withstand some market changes, and they can withstand people not making a mortgage payment, but not at the magnitude that we're seeing today. If 25% of all mortgage holders take advantage of the forbearance program, that could cost $12 billion a month. No servicer is set up with that kind of liquidity. So in order to maintain the entire system, the ability to originate loans, the ability to service those loans, and then insure those loans, we have to have the liquidity for the promise made by the very government we need the liquidity from, the very government that allowed for mortgage holders to forbear on their loans. Well, Mike Calabria doesn't agree. He says, let's wait and see. Let's see where this goes over the next couple of months, and we might set up a facility in early 2021. Well, Mark, by then it might be too late because mortgage companies and servicers need the ability to continue to originate and service loans. Otherwise, it could put a halt on our ability to do that, especially for conventional loans, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Where this goes, we don't know, because I know that there's been lots of people reaching out to their congressmen and to the government asking for this kind of liquidity. And he said, with no uncertain circumstances today, that was not going to happen. And his take on this is that it's not that bad yet. But is it really not that bad yet? If I look at some of the numbers from MBA, the numbers are remarkable. We had, in just the first week alone, we had a 1,270% increase from the week before. Now, granted, those numbers seem large because we were in the lowest foreclosure period in history. We had very little because people have so much equity. Just the next week, we had almost 2,000% increase. Now, look at the numbers alone. So Mr. Cooper, in 1 week, had a forbearance or allowed borrowers to forbear on 86,000 loans. 1 week, the middle of March, 219,000 people went into forbearance. The very next week, 717,000 went into forbearance. These numbers are massive, and they're not slowing down yet. We expect that this could continue through April. And if that happens, we need help. The servicers need to be able to continue to serve those loans that we continue to originate. So this is a very big thing. I don't know if you've also noticed that just yesterday, Carr came out with a letter saying that we're also having to relook at whether or not real estate is essential. In the third update of the public health order, it did not include open houses or in-house showings in essential business. Now, they've immediately gone to lawyers, so none of this is set in stone yet. We're waiting for letters. They said it would be updated in a few hours. That was last night. We haven't seen an update yet. Sure enough, by the time you see this, there probably will be. But know the car is working for all of us in the real estate industry. Right now, what is essential is the transaction itself. So is the origination of the loan, is that closing of the loan? It is that transaction we can make sure that without doubt, all of our people in the pipeline will get to the closing table. It is just the new business. And then if you don't or have not RSVP'd yet, make sure to do it for this month's Agent Ignite. We've got Bruce Gardner, and he is always so good. And I cannot wait to share him on Zoom. And he's going to be talking about threats and opportunities in this market. So make sure to RSVP. Not only do we have our coffee talks on Fridays, but next week we won't have a Friday coffee talk. It will be on our regularly scheduled third Thursday. So make sure to RSVP. Nicole, Rueth, the Rueth team at Fairway Mortgage. I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon.